Hello everyone. Today's video is about how encryption doesn't save you from being identified and why I personally don't view encryption as being privacy preserving. I'm referring to a recent article on TechCrunch, which you can see here and linked in the description. It is about how members of the pro-independence movement in Catalonia, Spain, a region on the east of Spain where Barcelona is, have been identified using only data from Wire and Proton to alleged privacy-preserving services, which both are located in Switzerland and ultimately Apple. The Spanish police sent legal requests through the Swiss police to obtain any identifying information about a pro-independence activist who was using a pseudonym. Wire responded by giving out the email address used to register the Wire account, which was a Proton mail address, the same platform I use for email. Proton also responded by giving out a recovery email for that account and iCloud address. Finally, the Spanish police asked Apple, who provided the full name, 2 home addresses and a linked Gmail account. So now the guy was found. It is worth noting that nothing about that is illegal. The legal request states that it is about organized crime and terrorism, which I think is how the Spanish law sees independence movements. But what was the mistake of the guy? Well, first of all, if you use encrypted online services, you are getting encryption, alright. The police didn't obtain any content of his emails. They didn't need to. They only need metadata. As General Michael Hayden famously said, we kill people based on metadata. So if you think you are safe just because everything is encrypted, think again. You also need to hide your metadata as good as you can. For example, I personally don't have a recovery email in Proton, so this cannot happen to me. If you have one, think if you really need it. Statements from Proton underscore this. Proton doesn't require a recovery address, but in this case the terror suspect added one of their own. We cannot encrypt this data as we need it to be able to send an email to that address. Going back to the screenshot, it is clear to me that Proton urges their users to set up a recovery email, so to me that statement is a bit of a cop-out. And also, Proton provides privacy by default and not anonymity by default, because anonymity requires certain user actions, such as not adding your Apple account. And they really expect laypeople to know the difference between privacy and anonymity. Proton has suffered greatly from this incident in my eyes, and their response is clearly lackluster. So what can you do? So if you rely on anonymous services, don't give them an identifiable email address. In fact, don't sign up or ever log in using your actual IP. Use Tor, which I personally advocate greatly. VPNs you can trust, and VPNs have other problems, of course, and I made a video about why VPNs are not as great as you might think, but your ISP is also probably not that great. So, do you have any other ideas? Share them in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.